Introducing the all-new Corolla.
Sam Ilisagam is from the island of Satawal in Yap State. He came to Guam 18 years ago to attend the University of Guam, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in anthropology. He met his wife at UOG, who is also an FSM citizen from the island of Pulawat in Chuuk State. They're married now and have 4 children, who were all born on Guam. Ilisagam began working while a student at UOG and has been working for the last 16 years. He's now working in the field of mental health as a program coordinator. As a hardworking, contributing member to the community, Ilisagam says that he took exception to Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio's comments about FAS migrants gaming the system.
I don't know how you can game the system when you're living off a minimum wage job. As people who work on entry-level jobs, we struggle with bills on a monthly basis. We struggle to pay rent. We struggle to provide for food. We struggle to ensure transportation for our families, and those are ongoing basis. Those are monthly basis. So I'm not sure if somebody would go through the suffering for a certain period of time, so that just to be able to get that one-time EITC credit at the end. It's not gaming the system. It's the system's failure. It's the economy that's putting people to be eligible for those for the EITC.
Ilisagam says he agrees that there are FAS migrants who don't contribute to the community and there are those who commit crimes. But he says everyone needs to remember that when negative comments and stereotypes about FAS migrants are perpetuated, it affects those who are working hard to make a living.
Those comments, like I said, can affect the livelihood of people. And I hope people are looking at this and they see the people behind the numbers. Anytime we play with numbers, we always have to keep in mind that these are actual people. These are lives that we're dealing with.
Ilisagam says he supports compact impact reimbursements, but he says the discussions of this topic are often too negative.
We focus too much on the impact, and when we focus too much on the impact, it creates negativity for us. It puts us in a negative light. I'll be more than happy to see a study that shows how much we've contributed to the economy. That will kind of balance out a little. That will give us a better light. That will show that we too provide, we too contribute to the community here and to the system here.
Ilisagam says that discussions of the negative impacts of FAS citizens and deportation negatively affect his family and specifically his kids. He says that one day his son's teacher brought up the topic of deportation.
My son came home worried that he was going to be sent back to Yap. My son, who was born here, raised here, and so I kind of asked him, "Why are you asking that question?" And he told me that teacher told him.
Ilisagam says that negative stereotypes discourage FAS kids from wanting to learn their mother language.
For my kids, it's a struggle. I want my kids to learn to speak my language. I want my kids to be proud of who they are. I want my kids to know something about my culture. But I guess, growing up in a society that looks at you as a burden, growing up in a society that has no value for you, your culture, your your contribution as a person from another culture. I mean, like for the kids to be growing up in that kind of environment, it's not healthy for them. My daughter refuses to wear her Chuki's dress because she doesn't want to be seen as a Chukis. And my daughter is 6 years old. My son, when he's out there with his friends, non-migration friends, he doesn't like when I speak to him in my language. How healthy a society can be if we live under this umbrella of racism, discrimination, stereotyping. I fear for my kids. I want them to grow up and be healthy physically, mentally, emotionally. I want them to grow up and in a society where they're appreciated and where they're welcome.